Another term that I would like to bring to your awareness is absolute threshold. What is absolute threshold? It is a point at which where you experience a certain initial sensation. Basically a point where you start noticing a particular phenomenon. So how is it related to a marketeer? Let's be very honest. All of us are going through something called as advertising clutter. You go outside, you go for a drive, you go to a mall, wherever you go, you are faced with those big hoardings. It is also called as advertising clutter. It's so congested. So when there is advertising clutter, you need to make an impression. You need to stand out. You can't say that I care a damn about advertising clutter. No. If there is a hot cake market or if there is a hot cake place, there will be advertisers who will be fighting for space. In that particular space, you need to create an impact. For you to create an impact, you need to create that absolute threshold level. So how can you create that absolute threshold level? By deploying sensory inputs. So if I have to describe this violet specimen, what I have to say is this particular violet specimen is the marketeer. The bow that he has is known as positioning strategy and the arrow is known as sensory input. Those particular arrows have to be launched on a consistent basis. So once you launch those arrows and once those arrows hits the consumers properly, then we start to realize that something is happening. Then we start taking note of it. When can you reach that absolute threshold in that particular advertising clutter? When your sensory inputs are consistent. So what do I mean by consistency? For example, you look at Amul, how consistent it is in the past few decades. They have been promoting their products via humor in the current setting and they have been consistent. So those sensory inputs as arrows are hitting on a regular basis and you start taking note of that particular brand. In fact, the moment I said Amul, all that legacy must have come into your mind, right? That's the power of being consistent. The second brand that I would like to speak about is Pepsi. Pepsi used this particular sensory inputs concept to grab our attention. All of us know that the advertising clutter is very high when an Indian match is happening, when an Indian cricket match is happening. Yes, all of us agree? Done. So all of us agree to the fact that advertising clutter would be at its peak during the World Cup matches. Yes. So during the World Cup matches, in that heavy advertising clutter, you need to create an impact. And Pepsi has created an impact in 2011. How? By being consistent in its sensory input launch. What they have created is a campaign, an ultra successful campaign called as Change the Game. See that video right now. You will get to know how consistent they were when it comes to deploying sensory inputs. The second example that I would like to give is SpiceJet. What is their tagline? Red Hot Spicy. So to support that particular tagline called as Red Hot Spicy, they have to launch sensory inputs which are consistent to that particular tagline. So you'll be watching another video about that. Third example that I would like to give is about a liquor brand. I am not able to remember this particular liquor brand, but their tagline is men will be men. You'll be seeing that example as well. So what is common in both these examples or all these three examples is they were consistent when it comes to their communication. They were having one particular common theme and they are constantly putting sensory inputs into it.